Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us back to All About You, All About Me. Today, we're going to have this topic about not being in your comfort zone all the time. Actually, it's called going on beyond your comfort zone. So, today we're going to be talking about what is exactly that to us. What is it that, what it truly means to our knowledge, and give you some examples of maybe some and strategies on what we can do about it. Going beyond your comfort zone can be not being comfortable. I mean, a lot of us think that if we're comfortable, we have a good life, and that is not what it is. In order to grow, in order to be ourselves, we are forever growing. And the minute you feel comfortable is the minute that you need to think about what would make you uncomfortable and take some risks to be able to even grow more. So today, my sisters and I are going to talk about such a thing. So let's start.
And one of the things that we have to first clarify is that a lot of us don't realize we're in a comfort zone. I'm going to give you an example. I started working in law because I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to help people. And I worked in law for like 13 years. And towards the end, I realized I really wasn't helping people. I was just helping my boss make money. And I wasn't happy by any means, but I was comfortable. I had thought about teaching, but that was scary, and I was taking a risk. Being in front of 30 children at the same time, it's like I could handle 2 or 3, but 25, 30, I wasn't so sure. It was a big risk. And not until I decided to take the chance, start taking some classes to see if it was what I wanted, did I get out of that comfort zone and go ahead and expand my life for a much better life. And sometimes it takes us a long time to realize that we are just comfortable, not necessarily happy, but just comfortable. And we should always seek to find our happiness.
Right. Or we're afraid to make that step, because what about if somebody or something doesn't go right? Then we're failures. But you know what? That is an opportunity, not failure. Correct? So.
And I just want to go ahead and remind our audiences that a lot of the things that we discuss are based on books that we're reading as a group. And the one that we're reading is What You Think of Me Is None of My Business by Terry Cole Whitaker. So some of the things that have come out of our conversations are different things that she's talked about in the book that has resonated with us as individuals. So when we talk about the comfort zone, so many times, as she stated, as Rosie stated, and Rosa stated, it's because we're stuck in that place, because we're afraid to move forward. And when we live in fear, it immobilizes us. We cannot move because we're so afraid of going right or left. We're very hesitant. Whereas when we decide that we're going to move beyond that to have a better quality of life, to become a truer, more authentic person, then we step out of that box and we start looking beyond it. Okay, what would make this a better experience for me? What would make this a better, where I'm giving back to my community, I'm giving back to the people, I'm giving back to my loved ones. We want to always remind ourselves of how we can give back, how we can live a life that's exemplary of something very positive. And I think that's what each and every one of us strive every day to do, is to become a better person. We have these battles within ourselves. And I think a couple videos ago, it was mentioned to me that I have a white devil on one side and a red devil on the other. And, it's a challenge because you battle within yourself. So stepping out of this comfort zone might feel like a battle between your two angels. And it is. Give yourself the grace, give yourself the love to move forward, to be able to do that. If it doesn't work out and you're not ready, it's okay. Move back. back, regroup, build your battle camp up again, and step back out there when you are ready. And I think remember that you're giving yourself grace and you're giving yourself understanding, because you will move forward when you are ready.
Removing yourself from the comfort zone really is growth. And I think, like Carla was saying, books that we read, my fave is obviously Bob Proctor. He does always talk about getting out of the comfort zone, not in those words, but he says if you're comfortable, that means it's time to move on and start taking risks. And it also means that you need to kind of sit down quietly and kind of, not so much meditate, but think about what is it that I truly want. A lot of us go through our entire life not knowing really, really what we want. I have a dear niece that I love so much, and all I hear her talk is about her beautiful 2 daughters and how much she wants to do for her daughters and how much is important for her to give them everything she feels and needs. But in the same token, I wish I could say that, they feel, those kids do feel what mom feels, they need to breathe just like mom needs to breathe. And so when we talk about removing yourself from comfort zone, we try to do everything we can for our children, for our loved ones, for our friends, for our community, for ourselves, and just to find out at the end that when we want what we want and what we get at the end, we're not satisfied. We're satisfied with it. We want to continue more. But that is a comfort zone that we need to get into, only because yesterday is gone and today is a new day. And today we must understand that it's a new opportunity to get off that zone that we were yesterday and to grow and get out and grow until there's no more growth. And that really doesn't happen until God up there takes us. So let's continue to grow and let's continue to take those risks, because they are very important for us to do. That shows that we have learned a lot, because that is what we're here for. I truly believe that we're here to grow and to learn. What do you say?
I agree. We all need to grow. And I think that it's very important for everyone to really think about where they are. Not just at work, because I know so many people that complain constantly that they hate their job, but yet they keep going to it and they don't want to give it up because the benefits. Oh, it's got a great retirement plan. And then you're thinking in your head, oh my God, so you're going to stay there 15 more years and be this unhappy? But they do. But not just at work. Sometimes people stay in relationships because they're afraid of being alone, or what if it's worse with somebody else? But if you're truly not happy, really consider what would make you happy and take the chance, take the risk, get out of your comfort zone and move on and beyond.
And remember, Rosie, what we said, don't just get up and take that risk. Think about it. Think about it and make that opportunity an opportunity, because that's what it is.
It is.
Right? And you're right, you're absolutely right. How many relationships exist in today's, and not just, partners, but even friendships. Or
yes.
even, family relationships where they, I'm not going to say anything because there's nothing I can say, there's nothing I can do to make him understand what I'm thinking. And that's what we're talking about when we say get out of your comfort zone, because take a risk, and maybe they're doing what they're doing because they don't know what else to do or say or have with you. So if you show them the way, if you give them the opportunity to look at it a different format, a different way, it gives them a chance to grow. Because if you grow, they grow.
I am listening to that and I'm agreeing with it and loving it. And I think of it, I want to take it a little twist, just a tiny twist. And this twist is, I think of it in terms of a house. All of you homeowners that you have bought this house and you're building it up. You're fixing the plumbing, and then you're fixing the windows. I'm watching my sister remodel her home, and she started off in one area, and then they step onto the next one. And what I realized just with the comfort zone also is you start in one level, but it's a constant, continuous flow. It doesn't stop. Because you've reached that space, that goal that you wanted to accomplish, that's great. But trust me, when you turn that corner, there's going to be something else. So when I think of a house, I think of, okay, so you fix the plumbing. Now you need new appliances. Now you need new windows. Now you need new doors. It's just a constant process. And once we accept the fact that that's what growth is all about, it doesn't stop. It never stops. So we will continue to strive to be better as you strive to make the home. So I'm using a materialistic example just to give an understanding of moving out of that comfort zone. Because trust and believe, the house was comfortable in its state of needed repair. But as you continue to grow as individuals, you will not be satisfied with staying in the comfort zone. And I think that's what's been a really big revelation for me. I'm not comfortable staying in that same space. I'm ready to move. Am I always at that point where I'm able to move? Not all the time. But I am ready, and I am open, and I am available for that movement.
And sometimes what we do is that we're so fearful of taking that risk or that leap, or thinking we're not. What am I going to do? What am I going to? My finances, my friendship, my relationship. What you really need to worry about is loving yourself. Because I assure you that when your partner, your friend, your child, whoever you are, and whatever you might have, sees the confidence, the ability to say, you know what, I might be wrong, but if I don't take this risk, I'll never know. And then at the same time, be self-forgiving if it doesn't work your way. But at least you tried, and believe me, you've made a big impact on your loved ones, on your relationship. And who says you're wrong? I mean, for trying, you have to take that step. And you have to love yourself enough to say, I am worthy of taking this step. Because once you take it, you're willing to take the next step and the next step. And next thing you know, you're out of your comfort zone. You're willing to take the risk, and you're willing to be that inspiration that maybe you thought you wouldn't be for your child or for your friend or for your community or whomever. I mean, I'm just thankful that I have my sisters, that we have this channel, and that every day, yes, we want a lot of subscribers. Yes, we want a lot of views, but I'm going to tell you the truth. It's more therapy for me than anything else. And I am so grateful for that. And I am so thankful that I have sisters and family members that appreciate that, because, I know that getting out of my comfort zone many times is exactly what I need to feel good. What do you guys want to add anything to that?
I think you said it all.
I think you said it all. Again, we do want to thank you for viewing our channel. Okay, we definitely want to thank you for viewing our channel. And all about me and all about you. And I always say all about you and all about me, just in case I've said it incorrectly, because both of them are important. But we're so grateful that you're sharing this time with us, because as we grow, we're hoping that there's something that has triggered a spark in you that helps send you. It may not be the same direction, and it normally isn't because each one of us has our own path. But we thank you for being a part of our world. We thank you for being a part of our growth. That's important. And we look forward to sharing with you again.
Right, but before we do, I do want to remind all of us that if it wasn't because of our source, yes, if it wasn't because of our source that we have up there, we really wouldn't be where we are right now. So we are grateful and thankful and so happy that we were able to be where we are today. We are retired teachers that are not ready to retire. That's just the fact. And so we thank you, like Carla says, and I'll let Carla say the last words for us.
Okay. I feel very, very empowered to say the last words. All jokes aside, thank you again. If you get a chance, share our video because maybe it will impact someone else. Please like and share our video, view it, whatever it is that your heart leads you to do. Because hopefully we will continue to have a positive influence. And that's all we're really interested in, having a positive influence and helping you to grow as individual and people. Thank you again. This is from Rosy, Carla. I don't know if that's the right order, but Rosy, Carla. Whatever the order is, we thank you for sharing your time and your home with us. Bye-bye.